Yo, just want to do a quick video on crewing with regard to breakpoints and below decks, and just basic quick thing on mitigation. Cool. So effectively, what we're going to look at first is how to find your mitigation cap. All right. Bring up calculator. What you're going to do is we're going to go to a log. We're going to go to heavy transport. This is what I've been farming. Go to our battle log. So you just go to anyone that you're fighting. Currently you're farming XYZ area. Cool. Now I look at these numbers. This thing is dealing 800. I'm mitigating 612 damage, 612,000 of this 800. So you just go 612,976, and you divide that by 860,922, and now what I'm looking for is 0.72. Cool, 0.71. This means that you're at max mitigation, right? So this, when I talk about max mitigation, this is what I'm going to be talking about, and this is a lot of what I'm going to be referring to earlier and continuously. So you want to reach max mitigation when you're crewing your ship. What you want to have is you want to have shield regeneration, you want to have max mitigation, and then once you've got those two, first you want to have those two, then you want to start looking at damage and adding in your criticals. Mitigation officers, there aren't that many, so the main ones are Paris below deck, giving effectively increases your armor. This is mitigation. Increases your mitigation there. Then there is 5 of 11 with the captain ability. There's Doctor. There's the Strange New World side crews. These are specific for the types that you would be going with. So this is against survey ships. You've got these guys against battleships when you're fighting battleships on an explorer, etc., etc. So that's mitigation. You're effectively looking for those things. And there's I think that's a Beverly, of course, mitigation, and this is shield regen. So what the crews are going to be effectively, your starting crew will be any of the mitigation officers, along with Kirk. Sorry, let's go. You'll have Kirk, you'll have Spock. So this gives you shield regen, and then you want mitigation. So if you've got a side officer that has it, say like Doctor, cool. But if you don't, you can also put these to the side and then put like 5 of 11. And that's going to be, and that would be your 5 of 11 there, or Bev. And that'll be, this is your basic crew for, just going. And what you want to do now is, so first of all, so now go hit a whatever you're going to be farming off. Do your mitigation calculation. Cool. Check if you've got enough mitigation. If you don't, these mitigation officers all give you mitigation according to a percent of the defense of all officers on the ship. So you want to then go and add more defense and get your defense number up. You want this because what's happening at the moment is she is giving me 200% of the defense of all officers to mitigation. So she's giving me 200% of all of this. So she's giving me 180 additional 180,000 to my defensive stats, to my mitigation. That's how you get more mitigation. Add more defense officers there. Once you hit that 0.72 mark by adding defense officers in your below deck, then you can start looking at some fancy below deck officers. To the point that I would put maybe Hugh or maybe a high level nurse. Other than that, I wouldn't put anything else other than stat officers until you hit that mark. Once you hit that mark, then you can start going, okay, now I can add my below deck officers. Now we're going to go, let's put like a Miles O'Brien. I want to travel faster. I want to have a little bit more health with 10D. I want to have some penetration stats, whatever. That's when you start adding below deck officers. I wouldn't even worry about below deck officers until you hit your mitigation cap. First thing that you want to do in the game ever is you want to be hitting that mitigation cap. If you don't hit that mitigation cap, you're going to be taking big damage and you're going to die. So you want to hit that mitigation cap, and that's the first thing that you want to do. Your earlier officers that are going to do that will be 5 of 11. Beverly, if you get her, yeah. So those are the early ones that you'll probably find, and those are the general ones. The Strange New Worlds ones work against specific types when you get them from the Mantis Refinery. Cool. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to get shield regen, add Kirk and Spock. Take note, Spock's level. You really want to be getting this up because of how Spock scales. You want to be if we look at Spock at the beginning at the beginning tiers, he goes. This is the amount of shield regen that he gives you: 25%, 50%, 100%, 400%, 800%, or 750%. You really want to get him to at least level 20 tier 4 before he has like a nice effect. And these are basic officers. You want to be just pulling your officer packs every day, and you will get them there. You really don't want to let this fall behind, because officers are how you're going to punch up and really do well in this game. Cool. Having said that, we are looking at criticals then. So once you've hit mitigation and you've got shield regen is going to look like this. If you have an Enterprise, you don't need him at all. He's all the shield regen that you need. You don't need her at all. He's all the shield regen you need. Now you just need any form of mitigation, and then you can start adding criticals. Criticals will come in the form of Khan, or maybe you have NT Riker, or Chakotay. These are the kind of officers you could put like a Chakotay build, and so there's some criticals. Now I've got shield regen criticals. I'm missing mitigation. I've got mitigation in Paris. If I don't have mitigation in Paris, you could build with like Doctor or something like that. But point is, you want to be hitting those mitigation caps, and that's how you find the mitigation cap. You divide the amount of damage mitigated by the amount of damage that they dealt, and you really want to be hitting those mitigation caps and filling up your officer deck with stats in order to be able to reach those caps. I see so many people have Paris or have Beverly and then go, okay, cool, that's all the mitigation I need. I've got enough mitigation, and then put a bunch of like low stat, because you'll find below deck officers all very low stats. Find them full up their entire below deck. They have like this decked out full below deck thing, but their stats are super low, and they don't actually then get enough mitigation to reach the mitigation cap, and so they end up dying. So yeah, that's a basic how-to on officer crewing with regard to breakpoints and mitigation.